Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, up high here like the 70s. A different kind of mind, they say we only speak in melodies.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave coming at you live from Germany for a whole new show. That's right, we started something completely different, and I did explain exactly what is happening, why this is a necessity. So that's what we're doing. It is Raw versus SmackDown review battle. That's right, because look, I'm not making the Raw and SmackDown live reviews anymore, not consistently enough, and I feel that's a disservice to all you guys, but the reality is my body is not doing what I need it to do. So staying up all night is no longer an option, so I will be coming at you live each and every single Wednesday, noon Eastern, right at this time, which is 6 o'clock here in Germany, so it's not all that early for me, and we're going to talk about SmackDown and Raw together and the whole shebang-a-bang. That's regardless if I do the Raw and SmackDown live reviews, because I might still do them. And don't worry, all you wrestling fanatics out there, we're still going to be doing all of the pay-per-view reviews live. That doesn't change. Any big news that I want to do a story on, that's still going to happen. The Wrestling Report, at least, things like that, all of that will still be crack-a-lackin'. So we're going to go ahead and do this thing because we got to do it. It's good. It's fun. It allows me to watch both shows and just kind of take my notes and ruminate on which show truly is better, because we talk about so many times about Raw and SmackDown, but who's really winning the war? Well, I think that we got a kind of a clear indication of that. Oh, wait, no, we didn't, because we once again got a really tough decision, probably tougher than you think it was, because we got Monday Night Raw, where there was just nothing spectacular, nothing overly important, but there were a few moments that made you go, and nothing was incredibly botched or mishandled or poorly executed. It was just kind of boring, kind of meh-ish. I wouldn't even say boring. However, SmackDown was an unmitigated disaster. Absolute disaster from start to finish. Everything seemed awkward. Nothing seemed really important. Even Naomi giving up the title didn't really connect with me. Maybe it's because I just don't care about Naomi. Alexa Bliss coming out, not a huge shocker there. It seemed to drag on a little bit too long. In a 2-hour show, when something drags 4 or 5 minutes, it feels like a 10 to 11 minute segment on Raw. It's just, you got to get to the goddamn point. Have to get to the point. And they didn't. And then the match with Becky was nothing spectacular. The weird chop to the throat. I mean, nothing really hit home for me on SmackDown. And most things were super ugly. I mean, just oogala as hell. That was the biggest problem with SmackDown. Nikki Bella and Natalya was rough. Hound just donated $1. I like pussy. All right, me too. Welcome to the club. Good stuff. I was on the fence about you for a long time, Hound. I'm glad that you went ahead and made sure that everybody knows where you lie on that argument. Nikki and Natalya, I thought was just an absolute disaster. There were a couple cool spots, but nothing really solid. I thought Natalya accidentally almost killed Nikki, dropping her on that monitor, dropping her bad neck right on that monitor. I don't know, man. And then the weird Maurice with a pipe, which she didn't even lay that pipe in. Yes, I just said lay that pipe. I did. I said it. It's true. It just, nothing worked. It didn't look good. And then the Battle Royal was a fucking disaster of epic proportions. They botched the finish not once, but twice. And it was ugly both times. John Cena gets eliminated by somebody who wasn't even in the match anymore. Sometimes that flies and it's okay. Other times it's not okay. This one was one of those clear ones where it shouldn't have been, but because they want to get to Miz, Maurice, John Cena, and Nikki Bella, they're going to let it fly, even though it made absolutely no sense. We had a whole bunch of people attacking other people after they were eliminated, and in a 30-man battle royal, it's kind of okay. But in a 10-man battle royal where you have all of these established feuds already, like everybody in the battle royal already had established feuds, so you knew exactly how it was going. It was just ugly, man. It was just really ugly. It was no connectability. No connectability at all. I really had a hard time with SmackDown. I really did. I thought it failed. I just thought it failed on every facet. And the ending with Daniel Bryan, we'll figure this out next week. So awkward. I understand that Luke was getting some cheers at the end there, but really, do we want to see Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, and trust me, Randy Orton will be back involved at WrestleMania in a triple threat? Do we want to see a Wyatt family triple threat? No. I would have much rather just seen Randy and Bray. Bray and AJ make sense to me too. But give me that. I'll take that shit. I don't want Luke Harper to win this thing. I really don't. It does nothing for me. Does nothing. I like Luke. I like him a lot. And I think that there's a lot of big stuff going in for him in the future. But I believe it becomes that is in the form of a promotion to Raw. Get him off of SmackDown. I don't think he works in the main event. I don't think he makes that SmackDown title match exciting. I don't know. It was just a mess. It was a mess. Mess is how I can explain SmackDown. Now, as for Raw, I felt not so much a mess, but just kind of meh. But the things that were good were pretty goddamn great. Brock Lesnar and his interview. I love Brock up close, kind of nostril flaring while Paul Heyman spoke in the background. Just a new little nuance onto an old shtick that they've been doing a long time. But it was cool. Stared into Brock's cold fucking eyes. I kind of liked him, man. I don't know why. Kevin Owens in a suit. That was kind of pimp. Got to admit. I like the fact that he didn't acknowledge Chris Jericho very much and just talked about Bill Goldberg. Of course, we all know he's losing to Bill Goldberg, but who cares at this point? We're just getting to the next one. That wasn't awful. And then really, the Samoa Joe thing, I'm loving Samoa Joe more and more. The more he screams about respect, this is your world now, when he was screaming that at Sammy. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. It is working so well, and I'm absolutely loving it in ways that I can't even begin to describe. But then, of course, the big thing happened. Only one thing in wrestling made me go, oh, only one thing happened in wrestling this week that really stopped my heart. And I'm not even talking about the entire match with Big Show and Braun that went about 4 minutes too long. No. I'm talking about that Braun Strowman kip up. Oh my God. All right. We've seen big men do kip up or nip ups, whatever you want to call them, before. I've seen the Big Show do it with the help of the ropes when he was a kid, but I have never seen a guy that big do a Shawn Michaels style. I mean, the fucking air he got on that thing, even if he had a little assist from Big Show, which I don't think he needed, by the way, that was impressive. It is plain and simple one of the most impressive things I have ever seen in a wrestling ring. Plain and simple. Before we get this going, before we keep it going, let's go ahead and derail it because Tommy NC doesn't give a shit about rules or regulations or trying to get through a show. Tommy just cares about Tommy. So here he is to interrupt my show and instead of waiting for the caller segment. So let's take his call. Tommy NC 2010, the man from North Kakalaki, the beacon positivity, even though that's all bullshit. He's just a big bully who wants to come in here and call me names and make fun of stuff and probably didn't watch Raw or SmackDown. What do you want, you big bully with your fucking creepy 70s porn mustache? Yeah, that's about what I expected. What do you want?
Huh?
What do you want?
I just want to say I want to give love to you. I watched both Raw and I watched SmackDown, and both of them were both lackluster. And the fact that they didn't have on SmackDown, they didn't have a number one contender, which really flustered me. But I wanted to give you some love, Dave, and I always try to give you love, Dave.
No, you come in here and you make fun of me and you call me names, you call me fat, and you make fun of my wife and my kid and my mother. You know, I'm getting tired of your bully tactics, Tommy NC 2010. It hurts me. You come in here and you bully me, and I'm like, Tommy, just stay positive. You're like, no, fuck you. I'm funktaculous. No, eat my balls. I'm like, Jesus, you need to calm down, buddy. You need to calm down, buddy. And I'm tired of it. You bully me, and it's time that we need to put an end to Tommy NC 2010. So here's what I propose to everybody. Go on Twitter right now and hashtag end Tommy NC 2010. That's what we need to do. We need to put a stop to him. He's a menace, and he's eating fries. I'm fat, Tommy. Don't do that to me. You're not supposed to be eating fries either, you fat shit. Don't eat that burger, Tommy. Put the burger down. Put the burger down. What are you doing?
It's actually a chicken sandwich. It's healthy.
That chicken sandwich is not healthy. What do you want, man? What else you got for me, brother?
I thought that, I thought it was interesting that SmackDown and Raw were following the same storyline, because it's like, at one point, it's like, okay, Bayley wins the championship. First time she wins the women's championship, and they try taking the title away from her. The same thing.
No, different. One's an injury angle and was legit. The other was just a misguided storyline. No, it was different. Tommy,
Yeah.
Tommy.
But, I thought it was interesting how they let them.
I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. You're breaking up because you're on Wi-Fi somewhere.
I'm sorry, I'm at work right now, but I want to just call and give you love, and you have a great night, Joe. Dave.
Oh my God, Tommy! Now you're fucking in trouble. We were cool until that. Now you fucking did it. Oh, I'm so done with you. You get out of here, buddy. I love you, Tommy. Go check out Tommy NC 2010. I hope don't choke on those burgers. That would be a disaster. Someone give that guy the fucking Heimlich. Nobody can see you except me, you freak of nature. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Oh, I love Tommy NC 2010. He's a bully, though. He's a total bully. All right, so, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on between the two shows, but I really did think SmackDown had a lot more issues than Raw did this week, and that Braun Strowman nip-up was, like, the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I did not ever... I know Strowman's an athlete, but damn, it was pretty great. It was pretty sexy. Let's talk about something else that happened on SmackDown. We glossed over it for a moment, but let's go back to it. Of course, that is Naomi relinquishing her title. Didn't really mean a lot to me. I've never been huge on Naomi. I just don't feel that she has improved that much. It kind of, unfortunately, the timing is going to make people question of why they gave her the belt now, where she doesn't really seem to be improving too much. It does seem like they're kind of paring her down a little bit more in her moveset, and maybe this is one of the reasons why. This is not the first injury Naomi has had. She does seem like she's always on the verge of out of control when she's wrestling. And maybe that was always a concern. And I don't know. It's just one of those weird things. This knee seems to be a little bit more injured than originally thought. I do think it is absolutely 100% legit. We'll see how long it keeps her out for. I don't expect her to be back for Mania. If she was going to be okay for Mania, I see much more likely them keeping the belt on. But the fact is that they've only had the belt on her for 2 weeks and decided to take it off of her already kind of tells me that this might be a little bit more serious than they originally thought. But we'll see. Who knows exactly how bad it is. Hopefully it's not too severe, because I hate seeing things like this, because some people did seem to really gravitate towards her. We'll see what happens with her, man. Hopefully she will be okay and she'll be able to come back in there. I don't know if she is the right woman to be taking the belt off of Alexa, who is a fantastic champion. I'm glad that she's back as champion. Becky already had a feud built in with Mickey. There's no reason to stop that. So Alexa as champion kind of makes the most sense at this point. There are a couple people that they could go with down in NXT if they really, really wanted to. I'm not really sure if it's the right move. They seem to be converging all the Raw stars, the big four women in Raw, into one match at WrestleMania. It seems like Nia, Sasha, Bayley, and Charlotte are just about to all be in that match at WrestleMania, more than likely. If not, I would say take Sasha from Raw to SmackDown, because SmackDown needs another player. Plain and simple. They need another player because they don't have one. We'll see what they decide to do, but I'm okay with Alexa getting the belt back. It does suck that Naomi's hurt, but it is what it is. Makad114 says, shout out for C-Bus, Ohio. No, I will never shout out for Ohio, ever. Jeff the Huffman, Grand Slam 87 is here. So is Frenchie, Ben, Chris Cressa, ZG Salt. What up, Charlie? Eddie Mania is here. So is Pittsburgh. Boy, let's go ahead and give him a timeout because that's always good to do. Think about your life choices, Pittsburgh. I'm sure you did something to deserve it. DJ, the blogosphere dude guy, is here. So is Tambo Computing and so many others. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in the middle of this day. Early morning for some of you guys. So good stuff, and hope you're having a fun time. Not a whole hell of a lot to get into as far as the review Battle Royale. I think we hit it home pretty easily. I'm giving my verdict right now. Raw wins this week. So what do you guys think? Raw or SmackDown? Hit me up in the chat who you think won, and we're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to take some Skype calls. David Van Cura, DAVIDVANCURA, and of course the number 702-751-2902. Let's kick it off with 909. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
What's up, Dave? How you doing, man?
What's up, buddy?
I want to give you my opinion on the Naomi thing.
Yeah.
And her relinquishing the title. I feel bad for her. I know that really sucks. That she just got the title, just like Finn Balor. They got the title, and then they just immediately lose it due to injury.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But, I mean, I feel like she shouldn't have, Alexa Bliss, to me, shouldn't have lost the title in the first place.
I agree.
I feel like she, as a heel, to me, in my personal opinion, is, because I was arguing with my wrestling buddies, and they were saying how Alexa Bliss is a better heel than Charlotte. And
in some regards, she is. She's not a better wrestler. She's not a better wrestler, but I think she's a better speaker. She's a better speaker.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. But with the women's division on SmackDown and the way it's looking like, I'm trying to think, because do you think it's possible that Naomi's just going to immediately get it back WrestleMania? It's in Orlando, Florida. She's from there.
If she's healthy, if she's healthy, yes. If she's not healthy, then no. I don't understand why they would take it off of her now. She could have just went in to Orlando with the title. That would have been fine. So no, I'm not sure that she's making it back. Why take it off of her? I mean, I guess to have her win it again in Orlando is one reason, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But we'll see what happens.
I also want to get your opinion on the women's division on Monday Night Raw. Now,
yeah.
I don't like it. I feel like it's very strange that Bayley won already, and a lot of people are saying that she's automatically going to lose this halfway.
You broke up there. You broke up quite a bit, but I get what you're saying. I don't mind that Bayley won the title because it simply doesn't matter. They're trying to, and this is why I don't have a problem with it. They gave Raw a good moment, a real moment that people wanted to see. I think they realize people are starting to give less of a shit about Bayley. So originally, I think the plan was to just have her chase until Mania and then give her that moment. But I think they started to realize that there's some problems here with the Bayley character, and people are starting to kind of turn off a little bit. Maybe they maybe they buried her too hard with Stephanie in the past. I'm not sure, but it does seem like people are not giving her the love that they were giving her before. So one way to rectify that is to go ahead and give her the title on a Raw like that. And it makes sense with Charlotte's storyline because Charlotte has lost the title multiple times on Raw. So it makes sense. She'll probably lose it at Fastlane, and that continues to make Charlotte look like this pay-per-view juggernaut, even stronger than she has before. Some people are going to complain because it continues flip-flopping the title, but then it builds until WrestleMania where that big, long streak that Charlotte has been on of pay-per-view victories comes to a screeching halt, and hopefully to a Bayley that is much more over, much more solidified, and it's going to feel like a special moment. That's what I think they're planning for, and that's what I think will ultimately happen.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with everything you said. But I want to get your opinion on Sasha Banks, and she's hinting at a heel turn. I think it needs to happen. Do you think it's possible that it happens at Fastlane and instead
maybe.
But it happens at Fastlane?
The only problem with that, I think they were hinting at a heel turn, but now they've kind of backed off of it. And I think the reason for that is because more than likely all 4 of the women are going to be at WrestleMania together in a match. Nia Jax, Sasha, Charlotte, and Bayley. And they're not going to have 3 heels and 1 face. So I think they were going in that route, but now they've backed off of it. I wouldn't be surprised if both Nia and Sasha get involved at Fastlane to put some extra controversy going into WrestleMania, but I don't know if we're going to see a full-fledged heel turn by Sasha. It could happen, but now I don't think it's a necessity now. We'll see. I think it's a much more interesting story to have Bayley and Sasha go in as friends at WrestleMania and then kind of see them tear each other apart at times. I think that'd be a much more interesting story, but we'll see, man.
I want to get one more opinion real quick before you let me go.
Yeah.
When you were talking about the heel turn with Sasha, I was thinking about an even better idea. Having Sasha turn heel at WrestleMania, have Bayley win the title at WrestleMania, and immediately after the match is over, have Sasha get that big heel turn. She destroys Bayley, and then they move on from there, heading into the summer. At SummerSlam, Bayley the face versus Sasha the heel at Brooklyn.
They could, but there's a couple of things with that. One, it's something that they've done before with Sasha and Bayley. They may not want to revisit it again because it is still not that far away from what they did in NXT. SmackDown needs another big player, plain and simple. And I think it's going to be, and I think it's going to be Sasha. I do. I would not be surprised if Bayley continues on. She goes to a feud with Nia Jax. I think that's a very good possibility. And then SummerSlam could be Asuka. Asuka, I know that a lot of people are expecting her to go to SmackDown, but they don't necessarily need to pull that card. Maybe Ember Moon eventually makes her way to SmackDown. There's a couple other people that they can put there as well. But it would not shock me if we see Asuka and Bayley at SummerSlam for the women's title for Raw, but who knows? But good thought, though. I appreciate that, man. You have yourself a good night. I'm going to get some other callers.
You too, man. Have a great rest of your day, man.
You too, buddy. Take it easy. Good call. Good call. Lots of questions. I like when people have lots and lots of questions. It's good stuff. It makes my nipples all hard. All right, I'm going to make this really quick because people are talking about my Discord in the chat. And you should be talking about wrestling and not my stupid fucking Discord. But here's the dizzle. We had a little bit of drama in the Discord, which we don't typically have a lot of drama in my Discord, so it's okay. It happens every now and then. Basically, somebody started posting, and he was a good friend of mine. He's a good friend of the channel. Started posting a little bit of animated nudity, and a couple people had some issues with it, and that's completely okay. That's going to happen. I didn't think it was a big deal. The guy then came to me and asked if he can have his own little area to post the things that he wants to post. But I thought it was going to be in the same vein of what he was posting, which wasn't a big deal. So I gave it to him, and then it was full-on fucking hentai crazy shit. And the reality is I just don't want my name associated with that type of stuff. Even if it's in its own secluded area, I just kind of don't want people going, okay, Dave's server has all kinds of animated porn and shit on there. And some of that stuff can get into the fucking world of lolly porn. So yeah, it's a little bit of a slippery slope argument. I just didn't want to deal with it, so I decided to take it away. And then the guy kind of continued to freak out. He banned the person. And so I took his mod away. Here's the reality. None of you are fucking entitled to shit in my Discord. Nothing. You're entitled to dick. This is what you're entitled to. What I give you. If you don't like it, I will fucking take away all privileges. We are not going to have a bunch of baby bullshit cancerous fucking AIDS in my Discord. Not happen. I'll burn it to the fucking ground. I swear to God. Look at my eyes. These are my serious eyes. I'll burn it to the fucking ground. So you're not entitled to shit. Nothing. It's my fucking world. Mac runs it. I live in the world, but Mac really runs it. The reality is whatever Mac wants to do, that's what I'm going to fucking do. Okay? And here's the deal. You're not entitled to shit. I don't want to hear a bunch of bitching and complaining. Suck it up, buttercup. Drive on and talk to each other in Discord like you should be. Be civil, be respectful, be fucking nice to each other. I don't even care if you're nice to each other. Call each other cunts. Just don't post porn in my fucking Discord anywhere. There's no fucking need for it. Stop whining. Stop crying. Stop everybody tattling on each other too. Stop. Stop. You bunch of fucking assholes. Stop. All of you. You're not entitled to shit. That's all I got. All right. Let's get back to it, man. We're taking your calls. You like that? That was nice, right? Yeah.
You went all Italian on him.
Did I go Italian? Why? Because my hands? That's racist. She's a stereotype perpetrating racist. Yeah. Go eat some fucking spaghetti now. Thank you.
Will.
Yeah, you will. All right, we're going to keep the calls that come and go ahead and call it now on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And, of course, that number, 702-751-2902. Slap a like on the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do so. And I see a lot of people said that SmackDown won. Well, you're entitled to your opinions, but you're just wrong. So, deal with that.
Oh, you really want to take this one?
Yeah, my wife just tried to shy me away from taking this call, and maybe I shouldn't take this call because he's typically awful in almost every single way possible, but we're going to talk to him anyway. One and only Pittsburgh boy. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
First off, I got to agree. That Strowman leap up he did, holy shit. I was not expecting that.
You called it a leap up? Did you just call it a leap up?
No, I didn't call him a leap up.
You called it a leap up. You said leap up.
Whoa. I didn't know.
You totally called it a leap up. Nip up, kip up. I've never heard of a leap up. That sounds just weird.
Okay.
That sounds like something you would call it. Yes, it was an
my
amazing.
bad.
It was an amazing.
My
It's
bad.
one of the most. Okay, I'm trying to move on from you. You want me to keep making fun of you? I will. You want me to make fun of you some more?
I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, yes, I agree. And well, actually, you agreed with me because I made the point first. Braun Strowman, amazing athlete, incredible athletic maneuver. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. It really was awesome.
And I loved how they were teasing that ring collapse, like the possible.
Yeah, I love that they actually physically showed them reinforcing the ring. That was kind of cool. It's just a little nuance that you don't typically get to see. I think some people were blowing a little bit of smoke up that match's ass. The match was okay, but there was a lot of drag to it. It went about 3 or 4 minutes too long. It really did. But overall, it was better than I thought it was going to be. It really was. But it was all because of Braun Strowman. Braun was incredible. I am really become a fan of this guy. I think he's fucking great.
So after a Fastlane, do you think they'll do like the idea or the pitched idea between Reigns and Undertaker still, or you think that's completely out the window?
No, Reigns and Undertaker is happening. As far as I know and everything that I've read, it is one of the only things that is written in on the WrestleMania card in ink. As long as Undertaker can go, his opponent will be Roman Reigns. That's what I'm reading.
So I have kind of a bit of a problem with the fact how they did the match last night between the Battle Royal.
Yeah, well, everybody does because it was a shit fuck of a match. It was awful.
Why would you have it in a draw? Why wouldn't you just go ahead and have Luke Harper win it?
I don't know. Well, for one, Luke shouldn't have won the match. He's not ready for that main event spot. Nobody is going to give a shit about those three. Look, Randy Orton just beat Luke Harper at a pay-per-view. I mean, this is ridiculous. He beat him in a great match, don't get me wrong, but he still beat him pretty decisively. There was no real shenanigans, anything like that. He beat him, you know. Luke is not at that level yet, so I don't see the need for them to continue going down that path. I don't think a lot of people want to see those three as a main event match, considering it also does involve the Royal Rumble winner. I know some people are like, well, Randy's out of it. I guarantee you he won't be out of it if Luke Harper ends up winning, which I'm expecting to do because AJ Styles is still, from what I understand, on a collision course with Shane McMahon for WrestleMania, which, good, bad, or indifferent, isn't the worst thing in the world, I think. I don't know. I would have rather seen AJ win it. I really would have, but it doesn't have any build, and there's nothing to kind of already go into it. So Luke Harper is kind of the default guy, and it's the storyline that we're going to get. And if it's going to be good, it's going to be good. I don't know. It's from a match standpoint, it should be amazing, but what if, now let me just throw this in there for everybody. What everybody's assuming that Bray's victory was about Bray. What if it wasn't? What if all of this was actually just because they've already kind of given up on Bray Wyatt, and partly because if you look, his physique has gotten awful again. He's back up to every bit as a fat shit as he was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe this is about building Luke Harper. Maybe Luke Harper is getting his WrestleMania moment. Maybe he's becoming champion over Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Now, it's a little bit of a rush story in some sense because people are still getting used to the idea of Luke being just Luke. But maybe that's the story here. Maybe this isn't about Bray. It's about Luke Harper. And I don't know if that's going to work. I just don't.
All right. That's all I pretty much got.
All right, Pitt. Really mediocre call, as always. You have yourself a good night.
It's better than most of the calls, isn't it?
No, it was the worst call of the night so far. Tommy NC beat your ass.
Oh.
It's all right, buddy. Go masturbate. It'll make things better. Thanks a lot, Pittsburgh. Appreciate it. Let's bring in Super Rising Storm, my German brethren. What you got for me, buddy?
Let's just talk about Raw first. What's your opinion on the whole Bailey, Sasha, and Charlotte segment?
Well, I already kind of covered it, but real quick, I'll go again with it. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was all that bad. It was a little draggy. I think that they kind of teased Bailey actually giving the title back to Stephanie a little bit too long. But other than that, I didn't mind it too much. I see where they're going with this. I think I like the story that they built with Charlotte being this pay-per-view dominant woman, but at Raw's, she's vulnerable. I don't know why. It's just something they don't typically do, and I kind of like it. I feel that they were doing this to try to rebuild Bailey because it seems like her popularity has taken a little bit of a hit. I think they buried her a little bit too much, and now they're paying for that, so that's why they gave her the title as early as they did. But overall, I don't mind it. I like it. I think it should. They're having good matches. You know, that's the thing. People are forgetting this because people are hanging up on the fact that the title keeps flip-flopping and things like that. But the fact is, these girls are beating the hell out of each other, man. Whether it be Charlotte and Sasha or Charlotte and Bailey, they are having some great matches together. So, I mean, I guess that's a win. And if they are going on a collision course for a Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania, I'm all for that. Nia Jax, Charlotte, Sasha, and Bailey, I think that should be one hell of a performance. So, we'll see.
Well, you know what annoyed the shit out of me in that segment was Stephanie's whole point was, Sasha intervened and you should give up the title. And I was like, okay, when are they gonna bring up Dana Brooke? Because it was even, if you can call it that.
Well, they weren't. They were never going to bring it up because Stephanie's a heel. Stephanie's the boss, and Stephanie can get away with it.
I don't know. That's the only thing that bothered me.
I get you. Don't worry about it, though. It's not that big of a deal. You got anything else?
You talked earlier about that Raw gets too much. So, like moving Sasha to SmackDown or something like that. I mean, that's
well, not that Raw gets too much.
It's bugging me.
It's not that Raw gets too much. It's that SmackDown doesn't have enough. You know, SmackDown's got two women that people care about right now, and that's it. I mean, and really, I'm not even sure if it's two most of the time. Becky's popularity is starting to fade a little bit. Not a whole hell of a lot, but a little bit. And Alexa Bliss. Naomi, some people care about. Other people can kind of take it or leave. They need another major established women's wrestler, and that's, to me, is Sasha. But I don't know. Go ahead. Continue your point.
I mean, they tried it with Naomi now, but I think that the build-up was bad.
Yeah.
Like, really bad.
The match wasn't very good. She's not very good. And on top of it, she got hurt. She's an incredible athlete, and I respect the shit out of her. But she's always on the edge of control. She never seems like she's fully in control of her actions. And this is not the first time she's been hurt. These type of athletes who don't know how to control their movements, they blow out their knees consistently. And it will happen again. It's just a matter of time.
Staying on SmackDown, that women's title match today, did you feel it was weird?
It was
I mean,
awful.
the finish and
weird,
all.
Weird's not the right word. It was bad. It was just not a good match.
Yeah.
It was just a bad match. I mean, their worst match of their series. They've had a long series. It was a bad match. Very weird karate chop to the throat ending. I don't know. Roll up ending. I hate those, especially for a title victory.
Me too. I was like,
I don't know.
This is it?
Yeah.
Huh? Did I miss something?
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. So who do you got? Who do you think won, Raw or SmackDown this week? When you take the mediocrity, I should say, the mediocrity of Raw or the piss poor execution of SmackDown. I'm going with Raw, but just by a cunt hair.
It's pretty equal, so I don't know.
Nothing was executed poorly on Raw. That's where I give to me, even if it's not as boring, like SmackDown wasn't maybe as meh-ish as Raw was, it was so bad when it came to the execution that I can't give it a victory. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, man. But, I appreciate your call, buddy.
All right.
Take it easy.
See you later.
See you later. We'll go back to the Skypies for just a few minutes because I saw a couple people calling in. Go ahead and call back on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura, and of course the number 702-751-2902. If you want to go ahead and donate to the channel, please do so right in the description box or use Super Chat. Also, hey, for all my UK people out there, which I think there'll be more in here for this show because of what time we are. It's like 6:40 p.m. over here in Germany. So, I mean, it's the evening time here in the UK. Check it out, man. In case you guys don't know, I am now sponsored by WrestleCrate.co.uk. And if you guys love your wrestling stuff and you love monthly subscription boxes at a really decent price too, I'm not even bullshit. I've been a member of this for a few months now before they decided to sponsor me. I kind of beat them into submission on the sponsorship deal. Go ahead over to WrestleCrate.co.uk and use promo code DeadOnDave and you save 10% on your first crate. I mean, that's good shit. You help me out, you help them out, and you get look, this month, wait until you see my unboxing. My unboxing is going to blow your fucking mind. My unboxing is going to make you grow a second penis. It's going to be amazing because the stuff that is in this box, from what I'm understanding, is some of the best stuff that has ever been in any Wrestle Crate, be it UK or American, ever. So if you did miss out on it this month, but trust me, next month you're going to want to be a part of this shit. All right. So make sure you go over to go to WrestleCrate.co.uk and use that on Dave as your promo code. Helps me out and I appreciate it. Let's bring in old school Matt. You're live with that on Dave. What you got?
Honestly, I wish I could love SmackDown this week. I really do because
it was bad.
Yeah, especially that main event.
Oh, it was booty.
I mean, I hate saying this, but part of me liked the last women's standing match.
The False Count Anywhere. Yeah, I kind of liked it at times. There were a couple good spots, but they just don't gel together very well. Natalya almost killed Nikki. You know, she dropped her on a goddamn monitor and almost killed her. I can't overlook that. And then Maurice at the end was so awful and awkward with that stupid ass attack with the pipe. Oh my God.
Now, part of me actually liked seeing her dragged away by the Miz for some reason.
Well, yeah, no, I like that part. I just wish it would have, like, there was no reason. She just kind of tapped her with a pipe a little bit. There wasn't a real reason for Miz to do that other than establishing him in the feud. He got involved. They showed his face out there. So now, because this is all going to John Cena, Nikki Bella, Miz, and Maurice. Or so we think. That's the rumor. But what if, because Daniel Bryan is continued to be referenced by The Miz, what if it's not John Cena who's going to partner with Nikki Bella? And I know it still makes the most sense because of the relationships, wife, husband, husband, wife. But what if it's brother-in-law, sister-in-law versus Miz and Maurice? It's a way that they can get Daniel Bryan into a ring one more time, maybe make him happy by doing so, give the fans an incredible moment they were not expecting to happen, make sense of this entire situation with the Miz continuing to call out the Miz calling out Daniel Bryan the way that he does with he's, constantly making fun of his moveset and everything. Maybe this is where they're going to. Maybe it's not John Cena that's going to be in the match. I know that they've hinted at it. I know that's what the rumor is. But what if they decide to change course? It makes a hell of a lot more sense other than, husband, wife, but I don't think that matters that much.
And I actually don't hate the idea of Miz and Daniel Bryan together, because as much as he's ridiculed for it, the Miz may be the best opponent for a guy like Daniel Bryan.
Agreed. I couldn't agree with you more. The one thing that Miz has never been accused of is being unsafe. He's never been accused of it. Boring, yes. Unsafe, no. He might be the perfect guy for Daniel Bryan. And they have almost a year of build. Well, hell, they have more than that. They've been in each other's universe forever. So, yeah, I don't know.
And onto this whole Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt clusterfuck thing, I think I like where you're going with the idea of maybe this isn't about Bray, but you're right. It's too early to give this kind of crap to Luke.
I'm just trying to think outside of the box here because I simply don't care about it. Like, if I'm going to watch this triple threat, I've got to start thinking that there's something bigger here. There's got to be something. It can't just be about Bray beating Randy and Luke. There's got to be some more of a payoff here. You already put the title on Bray, so him beating those two at WrestleMania doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. WrestleMania is about moments, unexpected things. So maybe this was simply about Luke Harper. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying maybe we just missed it.
Although with WrestleMania, sometimes you still have to ask the question, who does Vince McMahon have the heart on for?
Yeah, well, the answer is always John Cena. So Roman Reigns, John Cena, that's the heart. Apparently AJ Styles has become one of his favorites now. The interesting thing to me is there's one thing I do want to talk about real quick. And I mean, you can stay here for that and then I'll throw you over to Top Rope. There is one thing I kind of like, man. I kind of dig this. Last night or 2 nights ago, Shinsuke Nakamura wrote AJ Styles on Twitter. It was like, let's fucking fight. Let's fight at WrestleMania. I don't know if he did it on his own. I have no idea. I love AJ's response. I don't know if you know this, but I already have a match. I'm about to be in the main event at WrestleMania after I win the Battle Royal. But maybe Shane's not going to be taking on AJ like a lot of people say. Maybe Shane brings in somebody to be his champion, and it's Shinsuke Nakamura. And we get a rematch of 2 years ago, Wrestle Kingdom main event that was fucking amazing. Shinsuke Nakamura.
I love that
and AJ
idea.
Styles. I love that idea too. Anything with Shinsuke, it makes my dick hard.
And it'll be I don't think there's a better way to add Shinsuke to the main roster than to put him at WrestleMania for his first match.
Yeah, I thought it should have been against Brock Lesnar, but I like AJ just as much.
True, you were foaming at the mouth of the idea of Brock's first real loss in 3 years to beat Shinsuke.
Oh man, and I still feel they missed out. Check it out, man. I got a haiku. We're gonna do a haiku in a moment, so I'm gonna get rid of you. You got any final thoughts?
Yeah, my final thought is this: Raw won, and long live the era of Strowman.
That's fucking right. Nip ups for everybody. Thanks a lot, Old School Matt. You have yourself a good night.
You too.
Old School Matt. Always nice to hear from him because that means he's still alive. And I'm worried that his girlfriend is eventually going to kill him and put him in his own hearse. And that's scary to me. All right, we're closing down Skype. If you do want to call in, we're going to take some more calls, but we'll do it on Discord. Go into my Discord. Remember, you have no entitlements. Go to my Discord and jump into waiting to call. And if you want to call in, I'll drag you into Dave's Quiet Zone. But before that, we got a haiku, and this is a viewer-submitted haiku, not one of my own, but I like it, and I don't get enough fake-ass twats, so let's go ahead. Okay. Okay, it works. It's not very good, but fake-ass twat is a long-time friend of the channel, and if he's this adamant about getting a copious haiku on the air, well, I'll let you judge. So here it is, one of the first ever outside of Frenchie Benz made haikus. How about a fake ass twat, copious haiku? Let's do it. Fake ass twats rapping will make your body shaking. Your buttholes bleeding. There it is. There it is. There is your fake ass twat haiku, and it's copious. it met the requirements of a haiku. At least he did that. He did that. It's awful, but it's good. It's good. So it's best in the bad fucking possible way. All right, so I think that we've about wrapped this up. We've done about everything that we're going to do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight, and you enjoyed the new concept. You enjoyed the new show. We're going to do this each and every single week now, regardless if I do Raw or SmackDown. But I'm tired of feeling bad, and I do. I feel awful when I don't make these live reviews. I do. When I miss Raw and SmackDown, I feel fucking terrible. And this is a way to kind of satiate my guilt, or satisfy my guilt, or rectify my guilt, whatever you want to say. This is going to help me feel a little bit better going forward, because I'm not always going to be able to make them. And if I do, I do. If not, you got this regardless. We're going to do this each and every single week at the same time. And that's all there is to it. Make sure you guys are going to be hanging around tonight for Dead on Dave Live. I guess that is rapping. R-A-P-I-N-G is raping? Okay, it was supposed to be raping. Well, oh well, fake ass twat. It was supposed to be raping, apparently. Oh well, fuck it. Who cares? I'm glad I didn't say raping. Rapping is better, because I like rapping, making buttholes bleed, rather than actually raping people. So fake, you're a dick. Anyway, trying to get rape on my channel, you fuckhead. What's the matter with you? No entitlements. Nobody gets entitlements. Where is he? Where the fuck is fake? Where is he in my thing? Oh, he's already been, okay, he's already been put on timeout. You're lucky, motherfucker. I was putting you on timeout again. All right. So tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're doing a full-on you show. Dead on Dave Live viewer questions. Anything that you guys might have, call on in, get your voice heard, all of that good stuff. And we'll take your calls, your questions, your comments, your concerns, your hopes, your dreams, your quips, your quotes. We're going to talk about YouTube stuff. We're probably going to talk about Milo a little bit. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, and we'll get into a bunch of them, but we're going to let you guys dictate the flow of the show. We're also going to have Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, on for a little bit, talking about his latest fizzle that'll be dropping tonight, later on tonight, or tomorrow if you want to get technical. He's got a new music video, and he's going to be here live a little bit later to talk about it. So that's exciting as well. So good stuff for all. Copious amounts of jizz. Hopefully you guys had a fun time. Make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit me up on the Twitters at DeadOnDaveV, and we'll see you next time right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Make sure you check out Tommy C later on tonight. Tommy C's SFTP. I have a feeling you're not going to want to miss it. Trust me. Trust me. All right. We'll see you next time right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Keep it copious, folks. And peace.